Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and yes, you guys see my beautiful cat Summer in my hands here. Say hello to my beautiful cat Summer. She's a gorgeous little thing. Yeah, look at the camera, Summer. Yes, look at the camera. She's adorable little thing. Yep, there you go. You got to see a cameo of my cat. Thought I'd have her have a bit of a cameo appearance. But anyway, welcome everybody to this Smackdown review. Seems like Edge and Sasha Banks are heading down the road of being heels. And it is what it is. Well, I'm more okay with Edge going down that road of being a heel, but you know, it is what it is. We'll dive deep into it as we go along here. We started off with Daniel Bryan. He wanted another chance at the Universal Championship after what happened at Fastlane. And yes, stupid Edge is the sole reason why Roman Reigns won at Fastlane, trying to costing Daniel Bryan the Universal Championship. And Edge is starting to come off more of a heel. This is why I don't support Edge. This is why I don't support Edge in this whole storyline, because he's acting like an asshole. He's just being an asshole because he won the Royal Rumble and he thinks what Daniel Bryan is doing is the wrong way. Well, let me tell you this, Edge. Well, let me tell you something. If this happened to Edge, I guarantee you he would have done the exact same thing. Guarantee you, if he didn't win the Royal Rumble and this was happening to him, I guarantee you he would have done the exact same thing, doing everything in his power to try get into the championship picture. As long as Edge isn't the one that wins at WrestleMania, which probably most likely will be the case, I don't really care. So yeah. But yeah, Daniel was very demanding. He wanted a rematch. Edge was saying no. And I saw this, and Edge, I swear to God, he looks like he's 60. The guy looks so damn old, it's not even funny. The guy looks so goddamn old and it's not even funny. I saw a report saying that that Vince McMahon and everybody backstage are getting worried because Edge gets older and older each week. He looks older and older. You know, I find that funny because WWE have gone out of their way to say they don't really push certain superstars because of their age. I find this funny because I've heard some people say, oh, Vince isn't pushing Shayna or AJ or Rude, mostly because they're in their 40s. Because they're like, oh, they're so old. They're really old. Why would he push them? Yet, Shayna is tag champion. Rude is tag champion. And if you're going to go with the whole, oh, they're too old kind of mentality, Edge is way older than all of them. Edge is older than all of them. Edge is 47. This dude looks like he's 60. He just looks older every time we see Edge. And it seems like he's going down the path of a heel turn. And I'm glad, because of all my years of watching Edge, I would have rather the heel Edge. If you were going to give me an Edge, I would prefer it would be evil Edge. Because Edge is a better heel than babyface. He's better heel than babyface. So if you were going to give me an Edge, I would rather a heel Edge. Yes, Edge is a better babyface than The Miz. The Miz can't be a babyface to save his life. But Edge as a heel is just way better. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like Edge. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying what I would prefer him to be. And it just seems like they're going down that angle of him possibly being a heel. Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura had another rematch. Had their rematch from Fastlane, and this was pretty good, but in the end Seth Rollins would win again. Poor Shinsuke. We all thought this guy was in for a push after what happened in the gauntlet match. And I feel bad. And I feel bad for this dude. You gave him a gauntlet-like performance in the gauntlet match heading into the Royal Rumble. You made everybody think that Shinsuke Nakamura was potentially going to be getting a huge push coming out of all of this. But it's just resulted in nothing. Imagine if this happened to Kofi Kingston. Imagine if they did that to Kofi Kingston. He had his magical gauntlets and it leads to nothing. Seriously, if you're going to do a gauntlet, it has to lead to someone getting pushed. I don't mind gauntlets, but they really did Shinsuke dirty here after his gauntlet performance. You had Roman Reigns screw this man out of a Universal Championship opportunity, and you mean to tell me you're not going to have Shinsuke want revenge? It's kind of stupid, if you ask me. It's kind of stupid. Shinsuke's like, yeah, I lost the gauntlet, I lost to Adam Pearce, it is what it is. It's kind of like what it is. That's kind of like how they portrayed him. They portrayed him as, it is what it is. I lost the gauntlet. End of the line for me. If I was Shinsuke, I'd continue my hopes and push forward to hopefully get my chance at the Universal Championship. They've really done Shinsuke dirty here, and I feel really bad for him. He can't buy a win to save his life now, but, you know, at least he's putting on good matches. Seth would win with the curve stomp. Cesaro would come out. He would make his return, so to speak. And he would send Seth Rollins running. And he would give Seth Rollins a spin backstage. He was spinning Seth right round, baby, right round. The ready, round, 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 round. I know it's a running joke, but hey, so. But yes, so Seth and Cesaro will do battle at WrestleMania. So that should be good. We had Big E and the Street Profits. Well, before we get to that, all night long they were building towards the decision of Adam Pearce, because Edge, Reigns, and Bryan all shed their light on the WrestleMania match. Roman and Edge wanted it to just remain as Roman and Edge. Bryan wanted to be included. So all night long, they were building around what is Adam Pearce's decision going to be. So I wanted to bring that to your attention before we move on. Then we had Big E and the Street Profits. Taking on Apollo and Otis and Chad. I kind of guessed the tag team champions at first. Like when I saw this 6-man tag, I first guessed Apollo and the tag champs, but they said Otis and Chad. I was like, well, I was close. Now, is it just me? Or am I really starting to enjoy Otis and Chad Gable together? Like, every time I see them, they have been very impressive as a team. Otis is showing a lot of improvement. Chad's always been awesome. Chad Gable has always been awesome. And this heel turn to me has kind of helped Chad and Otis in the long run here. Otis is showing improvement. For a guy who many once considered a bum and a goofball who dated Mandy Rose, now look at them. Now look at Otis. He's a heel. Imagine this Otis. Imagine this evil Otis and Mandy Rose. Imagine heel Mandy and heel Otis together. Imagine those two as heels together. They could have been a great heel couple. especially how Otis has been over the last, especially how Otis has been. I really am enjoying Otis and Chad a lot better now as a tag team. When I first saw them get together, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a chance. I think this has potential. And I said this team has potential, and I've seen that potential really start to grow here. I'm enjoying the Alpha Academy. You don't have to agree with me. I think the Alpha Academy are really good. I think the Alpha Academy are really coming a long way as a tag team. Chad and Otis, great stuff. Great tag teaming. We saw Chad do like a Northern Light suplex from the apron inside the ring. That was damn impressive. And Otis is becoming more of an aggressive, serious dude. And this is what you needed to do with Otis. Make him more aggressive. For a dude like him, you got to give him that aggression. And in my honest opinion, Chad Gable is the best thing that has ever happened to Otis since splitting him away from Tucker. You need to give Tucker a tag team partner, someone for him to work with. On Monday Night Raw, give him a tag team partner that he can work with on Monday Night Raw. But, Tucker is just nothing more than a bum, possibly on WWE Main Event. I haven't seen the guy since God knows when. But you can kind of see Vince values Otis more than he valued Tucker. But yes, I think the Alpha Academy have really, really come a long way. And I really am seeing this team really shine really well. And I think they're future tag team champions. As long as they don't break them up within the next year. Because we know WWE have a really bad habit of breaking up teams when they're about to get hot. Apollo and Big E, their feud has been great. And it seems like their feud is going to be culminating at WrestleMania. Apollo pinned Big E here in this tag team match. And yeah, they're going to be getting the rematch at WrestleMania. Hopefully that is where Apollo wins the Intercontinental Championship and they move Big E on to bigger and better things. Bianca Belair, she took on Natalya. And we had Sasha Banks would come out during the match. She would be on commentary. Now, Sasha has been coming off kind of heelish. And I've been saying for a while, I don't think she should be a heel in this whole story. Because she's the face of the company. I've been saying she's the face of the company. It would kind of not make sense to turn her heel. I've been saying that for a while. You know me, I've been saying that a lot on my reviews. But Sasha seems to be coming off a bit of more of a dick. Calling someone a rookie isn't really a babyface thing. So Sasha seems to be coming off more as the heel. And it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to bitch and moan about it like a 5-year-old because, hey, I didn't get what I want. I'm not going to bitch and moan about it like a 2-year-old. I didn't get what I want. Some say Sasha isn't a heel. Some say she's a tweener. Some just say this is just Sasha Banks being Sasha Banks. Because Sasha Banks, Sasha has just been aggressive. She's always been that aggressive babyface. But now it just seems to be escalating above aggressive babyface, if you ask me. It just seems a little heelish of what she's been doing, especially after she got slapped. Bianca returned the favor with a slap to Sasha, and Sasha came in and delivered a backstabber, and then all of a sudden, WWE edit in boos. They pipe in boo noises for Sasha after the backstabber. So, if you're trying to tell me she's not really a heel here, I think piping in boo noises kind of helps that she's probably a heel. Now, again, as I said, I don't care if she's a heel or babyface. And I think this is the thing I need to really start addressing here. I know for a while I sounded like, oh, I do care what she was. For a while I said, oh, it doesn't make sense to turn her heel. She's the face of the company. I still believe that. I still believe she's the face of the company and there's really no reason to turn her heel. But if they are going down the path of her being a heel, which kind of seems like they are, I don't care if she's a face or a heel as long as she gets the victory at WrestleMania. That is my statement here. I don't care what you make her as long as she wins. Because everybody's been memeing it up that she's the female Undertaker. Everybody's been memeing it up that she's basically like the Undertaker, but instead of winning, she loses. She's like the opposite of the Undertaker. Every WrestleMania she appears in, she loses. Right? So, as long as she wins at WrestleMania, I don't care if she's a face, I don't care if she's a heel, I don't care if she's a tweener. You can make her a zombie. I don't freaking care what you make her. You can make her the biggest goofball on the face of the planet. I don't bloody care as long as she is winning at WrestleMania. I do not want Bianca Belair shoved down my throat. Because this is the same issue everybody had with Charlotte. This is the same issue everybody had with Charlotte when the moment she came up to the main roster. It was like within 2 months of her, I think it was like within 3 months of Charlotte being on the main roster, champion immediately. You can't just rush people to the top. You shouldn't rush people. Yes, I know what you're going to say. Oh, but Rhea Ripley is challenging Asuka for the Raw Women's title within the first month. She hasn't even been on the main roster for a week and she's already challenging for the Raw Women's title. Well, would you rather Charlotte? Or would you rather Charlotte or Alexa Bliss challenge for that title? I'm just going to say that. Would you rather Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, two people who clearly don't need or deserve a title opportunity, compete against Asuka and completely ruin Asuka? Or would you rather someone new and fresh actually have a turn? I think I would rather someone new and fresh. But yes, I still agree with Rhea. I'll still say the same thing with Rhea. It seems like you may shove her down the fans' throats. But at the end of the day, the difference is, I like Rhea. The difference is, I like Rhea. When it comes to Bianca, I'm not really the biggest fan of her. I'm neutral. At first, I didn't like her, because I thought she was very arrogant, very pompous. I just didn't like her character all that much. But now I'm neutral. Now I'm neutral on Bianca. I'm just being an honest fan here. I'm just being honest. Even if you like Bianca, even you have to admit, it kind of feels like they're shoving her down the fans' throats. The way they've been pushing her as of late. I'm just speaking my opinion. I'm not going to say it's facts. And I'm not going to say it's a factual proof. But I'm just saying it just feels like they're shoving her down the fans' throats. And this is an issue fans have had for a long time. Fans have had this issue that they don't like a wrestler being shoved down the fans' throats. Charlotte Flair copped that problem, and look what happened to her. If they're going to do the same thing with Bianca Belair, then that's going to be a major issue. Same thing with Rhea. It could be a major issue for her if they're not careful. Bianca or Rhea, it doesn't matter. It could be the same thing. It's the same scenario with both of them. You push them too quick, the fans resent them. That's what happened to Charlotte. And it could happen to Belair and Rhea. So at the end of... So to avoid this mess, to avoid the mess of Bianca, just have her lose. Just have Sasha win at WrestleMania. If you want to portray Sasha as the heel, have her cheat. If you're really pushing the narrative Sasha's the heel, have her cheat. Have her use the ropes. Have her do some unfairly dirty tactic to retain the championship. If you're pushing Sasha to be the heel here, just have her cheat. Just have her cheat. Have her cheat against Bianca at WrestleMania. And here's another thing. I'm kind of getting very fed up with this. I don't mean to rant on this but I'm getting so goddamn sick and tired of social media. Like, seriously, like, it's been like a week. And oh my god, it just feels like every damn day, I always see people argue over what the hell should main event WrestleMania. Every single day, I see someone argue what match should main event WrestleMania. Seriously, are we gonna do this all week? Are we gonna do this until WrestleMania? It's a no-brainer that Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair should main event WrestleMania. I'm so goddamn sick and tired of just listening to everybody just push the argument here. I even had a conversation with somebody. I told someone, if you win the Royal Rumble, you're guaranteed to be the main event of WrestleMania. Because I saw someone try to argue. And I'm going to go back to my Twitter here. I'm actually going to go back to my Twitter. I've actually got the comment. I've still got his response here. So I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name who it was because you know, naming who said it is kind of a bit unfair. So I'm not going to name who said it. I'm just going to tell you what was said here. He said, not all of them are bad, talking about the Sasha stans, the fan base. And the good ones who want this main event as well, I respect you, and actually respectful of others' opinions and deserve nice things in life. Those are the people everyone needs to be like, talking about the Sasha fans. And I told him, I said, Bianca Belair won the Royal Rumble, so Bianca and Sasha should main event WrestleMania. He goes on to say, just because people start a hashtag and try to literally demand a company to give in to their needs does not mean WWE will do it. Yeah, she won the Rumble. But the argument of they won the Rumble, they main event, that argument is way gone. So he's saying it shouldn't matter if that... So, by his words, he's making it sound like it doesn't matter if Bianca won the Royal Rumble, her and Sasha shouldn't main event WrestleMania. And he didn't say anything back. I said something back to him. I said, I understand. And I says, but I understand. And I said, so I continued on and I told him, I said, look, I understand. I have said if they don't main event, I don't mind and it's whatever. But the Rumble should guarantee a spot at WrestleMania. It's true. If you win the Royal Rumble, you should be main eventing WrestleMania, regardless what the people think. I put out a post. And I said it's pointless arguing. If you won the Royal Rumble match, you are the main event of WrestleMania. If Edge can main event, so can Sasha and Bianca. It's a Royal Rumble. If the Royal Rumble winner doesn't main event, then what's the purpose of the Royal Rumble match? And it's true. That was my previous post before I came on here and did this review. It's true. What's the whole point of the Royal Rumble if the Royal Rumble winner doesn't get the main event spot? The Royal Rumble is meaningless if they don't get the main event spot. Charlotte won her Royal Rumble and she didn't even get the main event for night 1. She was the opening match on night 2. Becky Lynch got her WrestleMania spot She got the main event and she won. Asuka didn't. I think wasn't her and Charlotte the second match on WrestleMania 34? If you win a Royal Rumble match, you should main event no matter what. Now, if you have 2 Rumbles and you're gonna do... Now, this is why 2-night events WrestleManias help. This is why starting the whole trend of having 2 nights of WrestleMania, this is why this helps. It solves the problem with 2 Rumbles. It solves the issue with 2 Rumbles. You can have one night of one WrestleMania, of one Royal Rumble winner, the women or the men, they can headline that night of WrestleMania, and then the other Royal Rumble winner can headline that WrestleMania. Because this is a 2-night event WrestleMania, it is a no freaking brainer that Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair should main event WrestleMania. It shouldn't matter, the hashtag shouldn't matter. People shouldn't start hashtags for it. We all know it should main event because Bianca won the Rumble. And I freaking hate how people say, she won the Rumble, but that doesn't mean she should main event. Why the hell should Drew and Bobby Lashley main event WrestleMania? They're on night 1, I believe. Why the hell should Drew and Bobby get the main event spot? Oh, because Bobby deserves it? What did Bobby do to deserve deserve the main event spot of WrestleMania? Tell me, what did Bobby Lashley do? Did he win the Royal Rumble? No, he didn't. It's a no-brainer. If you win the Royal Rumble, you main event. You shouldn't be concerned about a hashtag. Who gives a shit? You shouldn't care about a hashtag. Right? You shouldn't the hashtag shouldn't matter. It's because fans want it to main event. So what if fans want it to main event? Just because you don't want it to main event doesn't mean you can get angry and say, right, because you guys want to keep doing this hashtag, we say this match shouldn't main event. And now people are picking the storyline apart. The Bianca and Sasha story, everyone's been picking it apart. Like, oh, look at how they've built this entire match. Look at how they've been building towards it. Yeah, that is very main event material. They've been picking this whole feud apart based off of how it's been so far. And they said, yeah, and I've been seeing people say, yeah, this is definitely main event worthy. Yeah, Bianca slapping Sasha across the face definitely means WrestleMania material. Look, and listen, when this match main events WrestleMania, and if it does main event night 1 of WrestleMania, I'm going to listen to all the people have a sook, and I'm going to tell you guys, yeah, I told you so. Bianca won the Royal Rumble. It is a no-brainer. Her and Sasha main event. Doesn't matter about a hashtag. A hashtag means nothing. I didn't mean to rant on this. But seriously. It's just been going on all week long. It's just been going on all week long. And it's really driving me crazy. It's just been driving me crazy hearing everybody argue over what the hell should main event. Who freaking cares? Who freaking cares what main events? We all know Roman Reigns is main eventing night 2. We all know Roman Reigns is main eventing night 2. So nobody's arguing over that. Nobody's arguing over, when you see the night 2 matches, no one's arguing over what should main event of night 2. But no, it seems like night 1 is the night that everybody's arguing over. Because everybody knows Roman's main eventing night 2. It is what it is. We'll see what main events WrestleMania. But at the end of the day, it's a no-brainer. It should be Sasha and Bianca because Bianca won the Rumble. And if you're going to tell me because Bianca won the Royal Rumble doesn't guarantee a WrestleMania, doesn't guarantee the spot. Yes, it's been done before. We've seen this happen so many times. But I'm just speaking the honesty here. We all know the Royal Rumble should mean automatic main event. We've known that for years. But whatever. I'm not going to rag on this much longer. You're probably sick of it already. We had Rey Mysterio and Dolph Ziggler. Go at it. They had a okay match. Probably the only cool thing that happened in the whole match was Ziggler's zigzag on Rey Mysterio. That was pretty cool. Sucks it didn't win him the match. You have a cool spot like that and it doesn't win you the match. Yeah, that really devalues the zigzag in my opinion. If he can't win it in a fashion the way it was, shows you the zigzag is a useless move. But Rey Mysterio would end up winning. He would end up beating the tag team champion, Dolph Ziggler. Whatever. So then the main event was Adam Pearce's decision. He makes his decision, and the decision is that it's going to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania. And you know what? Thank God. Them adding Daniel Bryan to this match was the right thing to do. I could not care less about Edge versus Reigns one-on-one. I was never interested in Edge versus Reigns one-on-one. And them adding Daniel Bryan definitely has made this match a little bit more interesting. So I am happy about that. I am happy with them adding Daniel Bryan. The only result I'm accepting is either Daniel Bryan wins the title or Roman Reigns retains. I do not want to see Edge. I do not want to see Edge hoist up that title on night 2. That's my only complaint about this. My main worry about this is that they've probably only added Bryan just so then they don't have to pin Roman. That's my main concern here. My main concern here is that they only added Bryan just so then they can make Edge's victory even more obvious, and they'll have him spear Bryan and not spear Reigns. That's my main concern here. If I were WWE, I wouldn't do that. I would have Daniel Bryan win. I'd have Daniel Bryan hit the running knee on Edge, and I'd have him pin Edge, or hell, even tap out Edge. Or hell, tap out Roman Reigns. For real. I would love if Daniel Bryan got one more world title run. Daniel Bryan's previous world title run, when he was the vegan champion, that was great. But I would love to see Daniel Bryan have at least one more title run. But that's probably not going to happen. Daniel Bryan's probably mostly there just to take the pin, so that Edge can win the title much easier without having to worry about pinning Roman. And I can't say I agree with it, but I guess we'll see what goes on. Anyway, that is your SmackDown review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. And I will see you all next time.